Where?
No, say your name, but that's okay. I
Oh,
got you. And
sorry,
Justin,
Susie.
check in.
Yep, I'm here.
You're here.
Justin.
All right. We have audio. So now I pop over here and I should be able to. Uh, oh, no. It went live while I was saying that up.
Oh, awesome.
Sweet, we're live. So this is a test run of my Twitch stream for what's going to eventually become happy hour hunting.
Okay.
Let me grab my
Interesting.
horse. And you guys are my test audience. Or test
All
guests.
right.
Test guests. So this is a game where you get to live in the Old West.
What's it called? Happy hour what?
Well, I want to call the stream Happy Hour Hunting.
All right.
But we're using Red Dead Online. So isn't this a beautiful horse?
So what's your Twitch
It's
ID?
a gorgeous horse, yes.
Jenny just got herself an Arabian.
Really?
Yes, we had a wonderful exchange because she rode up next to me, and her horse is like a third the size of this one. And she was really, and I said, "Oh, look, your horse is fun-sized."
Oh, shoot.
And she was so bad.
Yeah, I'd be a little pissed too. Yeah.
Well, you know. So nominally the game is like, well, it's red. Ooh, hey, there we go. I'm going to cheat on this one. Susie, you're not easily triggered by violence, right?
No.
Okay, good. This is where you get to see.
Wait, what kind of violence?
Well, I'm going to get that elk. And I missed. I'm going to cheat because this is one thing you can do that's not realistic.
Mm-hmm.
You get to do that. And then you do that. And then you do that.
Yeah, definitely not realistic.
Normally
Nope.
we hunt. But I didn't have enough time to like build up a good shot for that one.
That's okay. No, that was awesome, actually. So
True horsewomanship.
that was impressive.
And she does it all in a corset too.
Hey Rob, what's your
Jeez.
Twitch ID?
Lantern Noir.
All right, all one word.
Yep. Well, two N's in it because it's the two words.
Yep.
I can actually.
I'm just setting it to follow. So, as you can see, it's streaming us.
Sweet. Cool. Wow, that's a lot of deer running around too, right there. So yeah, the basics of the game is an Old West game where you run around and you do jobs for people.
Mm-hmm.
And one way you can make money in the game is hunting and I can't hit the broadside of a barn today. Man, hunting and fishing and just doing all kinds of other wacky things that you do in order to well, make a living on the Old West.
Is there a farrier?
I'm hoping that someday they will include some kind of an expansion
Okay.
that will add a furrier to the game.
No, not a furrier.
No,
A farrier.
Farrier of
Yeah.
somebody that you can pay to reshoe your horse.
Yes. Yes.
They don't make you pay for that,
Okay.
and they play real loosey goosey with horse maintenance. You just have to periodically feed them.
Okay. Okay.
So here's a carrot. I think they're very happy about the carrot.
Yes.
You can also, if you feel like you really want, once you've bonded with your horse or while you're trying to get there, you can brush them down. This is an extensive brush down. This is going to take a while, so just settle in while we go through it. See, there, and now we're done. So it's a little light on that horse thing, but there's a part of me that would love to get people who have any expertise with horses to talk through how well they did with their horse simulation.
Okay.
I have one friend who's a Civil War reenactor. She's going to be joining me probably early on, just to talk about the fashion.
Okay.
We're gonna go clothes shopping, and she's going to help me pick out outfits that are like as close to historically appropriate as I can get, because apparently this outfit would get me run out of town.
Well, yeah.
But I can. Let's see if I've got one on here. There we go. That's a little. It fits the weather better.
Yeah.
So, but that's kind of the basics of the game. Well, this is I think I might be able to get this guy. Deer, right? Yep.
You got it.
Put his head down. Here, we'll do this. Whistle,
Oh,
and then we'll get him.
okay.
And this is, Kaylee watched me play this, and I'm like, oh, Kaylee can't watch this. This is going to freak Kaylee out.
Yeah.
This is just going to, and so she watched me do that and go up here, skin it. And then her exact words were, oh my gosh, that is so gross, but kind of cool.
Yeah, sorta, kinda. Yes. I mean, my grandsons go out and hunt. So I get it. Me personally, not into it, but no, I get it. So I'm not put off by it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is, and
Yeah.
it's part of the. What's funny is she got so into that, like watching me play. She's like, "Can I play? Can I do that?" And believe it or not, she got through the tutorial completely on her own. I didn't have to do anything for her.
I love
I
that.
just gave her
So, do you get to tan the hide here, or what are we doing?
I'm turning them into my partner. This is Crips.
Okay.
He takes the materials, and then he turns them into goods that I can go sell.
Okay.
So, waste not,
Okay.
want not.
Yes.
Everything ends up going back out again. And you have to be kind of quick to turn things in if they're off your horse, because they'll disappear if you leave the game. It's actually really deep. I'm about to start a moonshining operation.
No way.
Oh yeah. And I have a phone call to Ironfish Distillery up in Thompsonville. I'm desperately wanting to get one of the owners on to be a guest
Oh my gosh.
to talk me through like how well the game does at recreating the gin making process.
Oh wow.
So I can
I
then
love
turn around
that.
and, like, you know, how are they doing a good job or not, and talk us through the process. Oh yeah, and keep plugging your awesome alcohol that you make, because they make awesome alcohol. Yeah, then after
Yeah,
go ahead, Justin.
my missus has had to start playing the Assassin's Creed games because all of her cultural references to ancient Rome and Greece, like, you know, Gladiator, for instance, as a film, none of her students have ever seen it.
Nope.
Yeah. So she's having to play Assassin's Creed so she has something to relate to them with.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a pretty good who's
Yeah.
who of ancient Greece and Rome.
Yep.
You come across
So-
everybody.
This is going to sound totally stupid, but what do you need to have to play Assassin's Creed? Because I don't do any online games at all.
You just need an
I'm
Xbox,
brand new to.
an Xbox or a PlayStation.
Okay.
Or you could also get, I think they have it on the Stadia.
Oh yeah.
Google has a new thing out where you just buy a game controller from them,
Uh-huh.
and then you connect the game controller to the internet, and it will literally stream the game from the Google server onto your TV.
Oh.
And you just pay
Okay.
you pay a subscription fee to get access to all the games they have, but you don't even need to buy a console.
What?
I
Okay.
know.
Yeah, it largely comes down to your internet connection with Stadia. That's the only thing you got to be careful of.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now here we are, like.
Oh, I'm cooking up some of the food since I have a moment free.
Right. Okay.
I don't want to bore you guys with too much ride along right now, because I think we've had a pretty successful technical test.
No, I love it.
So, but yeah, this is,
Justin, where are you from?
Well, I'm from Michigan, but I live in the UK.
Do you really?
Yeah, Rob texted me asking if I was on the computer. I'm like, well, I'm just getting ready to head to bed because it's about 1 a.m. here.
Right. Oh, goodness.
now
How's Brexit going for you?
Oh, God. Please don't.
I'm sorry.
I
Dude,
voted
I'm feeling
Remain.
your pain right now
Nah.
here.
No, I guess the best comparison it would be like me asking, "How's Trump going for you?"
Exactly.
He's
Yeah.
going
We're
No.
all like, what the hell? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Brexit was the first thing I voted in after I moved to the UK, and at the time I didn't really care one way or the other which way it went.
Uh-huh.
And as time has gone on, it's like, dear God, this was the dumbest fucking thing anybody could do. Why?
Why?
Well,
Yeah,
Why, God? Why?
yeah,
well, Boris and Trump seem to have the same hairstylist, so
yeah.
there's that.
But Boris will still defer to experts.
Yes, yes, and,
Yes,
and I respect that.
Boris has some level of
Like,
intelligence.
Wait, are
Yeah.
you suggesting that we don't follow experts here?
No. No. Well, Michigan does, and as a result, Michigan's fared rather well.
yes,
I mean, pretty shitty compared to the rest of the world,
better than
but rather
most.
well by American standards.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to revise those down a few steps, though, given the most recent developments.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
get
I'm on
it.
my way.
Dude, I've been out of work since March 13th.
Yep, same
I,
here.
I,
I was
I-
furloughed until about 2 weeks ago. I was brought back for work.
Cool.
But we're finally getting to the point where the quarantine restrictions are lifting and all that stuff. So next week I'll be in the Netherlands for 2.5 weeks doing work, and then I'll have a week back, and then I'll be in Germany and then Austria for work.
Nice.
Justin, what do you do for work?
I'm a calibration engineer.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So my current role, I'm more of a field service engineer, but
Right.
for the past 15 years, I've been a calibration engineer.
Cool. I used to work with a lot of calibration engineers from Canada at the Ford plant in Louisville, Kentucky,
Oh, okay.
like a few years ago. And my husband still processes steel and that sounded awful, but and works with calibration engineers as well.
He calls in experts. I mean, let's be fair. That's what it is. Bringing the experts to do it.
Well, he's not going to be the asshole who says he knows it all.
No, that's our job.
Oh, that was bad. Oh,
Yeah, 'cause, well, I was in the I was in
Oh.
the Air Force, and that's where I started doing calibration. And in the
Hey.
Air Force, it was called PMEL, Precision Measurement Equipment Laboratory. And there used to be well, you have like little squadron rivalries, and
Mhm.
so the ammo squadron, they had their squadron chant was, "If you ain't ammo, you ain't shit." So whenever they would pipe up with that, we would pipe up with, "If you ain't PMEL, you ain't smart." Because I think we were we had to have the second highest ASVAB score. There was like maybe one or two other jobs that had to have a higher score than us. So
Oh
I
my
didn't actually
goodness.
go in for calibration. It just so happened that they're like, "Oh, well, based on your scores, here's where you're going."
Right.
you're
I
smart. Do
love
this.
that.
Yep. And I hated it when I was in, absolutely detested calibration. And now I love it.
I love everything about that story. That is awesome. Oh my God! Now, who is this like scary looking dude here?
A butcher?
This is the
I'm
butcher.
guessing?
Okay.
I'm selling off the meat. Did you guys see the part where I died?
Yes.
Yep.
Jeez. It's my own fault. I came around that corner way too fast. He had a right to blow me away.
He totally doesn't look like the butcher that I see in Ferndale, but whatever.
Yeah, well, it's I think his shop is not exactly up to modern code. The beauties of living before germ theory is you could get away with all kinds of things. You know.
I'm closing the blind, so I'm not leaving.
No, because I was going to shut this down. Since I think I've had a successful test run, I wasn't planning on actually playing and streaming tonight.
I
Yeah,
totally
no,
want to get in on this, Rob, for sure. Yeah,
You just want to hang out with me while I play?
well, yeah, that too. But no, this looks like so much fun. And is there like maybe a little expertise as to the horses that you have to have?
No. The biggest
Okay.
thing I would say. Well, here's okay. Let me find a spot here I can check the
Also,
map.
I can hunt for what it's worth.
Although this is a very different kind of hunt, unfortunately. There's a lot of hunting from horseback, a lot of shooting things as they go flying by.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny is not a hardcore gamer, but she does fairly well at kind of decoding the systems. There's one place that some expertise might come in play.
Mm-hmm.
Let me grab a stagecoach here to Valentine. And I'll show you real quick, as someone who has experience with horses. But it has a certain twitch factor. Now, to get in and start playing this one, you would probably need to get yourself an Xbox One and a copy of the game, which I'm finding out now you can do for about $200.
Honey, my birthday is on Sunday. Can I get an Xbox One?
Okay.
I'm just saying.
This video clip is now going in the archives just for that moment. That's such a keeper. I think Susie, I'm just gonna call you on any week I don't have like something huge scheduled, and anytime I think you would contribute because you're just fun to have around.
Thanks, pal.
Well, and I kind of chalk some of my philosophy with like the old days when I was a teenager. We all go to somebody's house. Only one person could play a game at a time, and the rest would just sit on the couch and kibitzed.
Yeah.
But the one thing you can do in here, I'll pull into the stables, and there we go. You have a whole selection of horses
Yes.
to pick from.
All right.
So, for example, well, here's everyone's favorite. They come in black, white, and red chestnut.
Nice. Oh my goodness.
Now, a fun little fact about these.
Mm-hmm.
This is a male, although you can when you go to buy one, you can ask for a mare. But
Right.
they've actually, and technically we are a family-friendly stream at the moment, so I have to be careful. But when the horses go through water, if you can get the camera to catch it, their boy parts actually shrink as a result of the cold water. They actually, that's the level of detail we have in this game.
I love that.
Let's see. You start the game with a riding horse, so they're your standard choices.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kaylee has a Morgan. I think is the one she ended up stealing at the beginning.
Well, Morgans are going to be easier to deal with because their legs are not as vulnerable to breakage.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, for people who really want to go in, you have the option of grabbing yourself a solid war horse.
All right. Oh, I love this. Rob, this is so cool.
Oh, this ain't nothing. Once you get your horse, oh, hold on, you're gonna you might actually double down that you want an Xbox. You also have a full list of potential saddles.
No, no. Shoot me now.
In all kinds of styles.
Oh my gosh.
Wait. Didn't want to get out of that. I want to stay in the stables. Let's see. He's got that. Yeah, that's the one he has on now. And then, of course, you can always upgrade your stirrups.
Yeah.
Now, I think they take some liberties because the more expensive the stirrup, the better the benefit your horse gets out of it.
Yes.
And I'm not entirely sure, for example, that a horse with the big old Tapaderos stirrup is going to necessarily be faster than one with this little oxbow.
No, but the understanding is if you have the stirrup, if you can put your weight more forward, then it pulls more weight off of the horse.
Right.
So it actually benefits the horse.
And
So,
then I've never spent money on this because I just don't like the look of most of them. You can even go in and pay somebody to either trim up their mane
um,
or braid it.
how that's like me getting a perm.
Uh,
So all kinds of fun options.
Oh my goodness, I do love this.
Well, and the funny thing is, I almost didn't pick the game up because the main story is an outlaw story. The main
Okay.
story is this guy gets broken out of jail, and he goes on this kind of like a mission of revenge on behalf of a patron, where he's going to be like, doing lots of bad things to bad people, which makes you feel good, but they're still bad things. And I was like, I don't want to play that. During the beginning of the quarantine, there were people who were using the campsite in here as their Zoom call.
Oh,
They'd make their avatars, they'd all play through the tutorial, and then they'd all sit around the campfire in here to have their meetings.
okay.
And so I thought, well, I'll try it because it came up free on Game Pass, and I've only played the online version, and so the only character I've had in this game so far is Siobhan here. Get her up in some light
Good Irish name.
so you can meet her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's her story, and I'll be telling this a lot, I think, with my various guests. There we go. Get her in the light. There we go. There's our girl. She's born in New York, and she fled out west when she had just turned 12, and then spent the next 6 years kind of learning life on the range. And that's where our story picks up with her here.
Okay.
So,
I love that.
yeah. My dad's first comment was, "She's heavily armed." And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit torn with the two long rifles over the back and the shoulder. I think that's a little much.
No, not at all.
But-
No, she looks badass. It's all good.
Let's put it this way: when I go and play airsoft, I have an assault rifle, a pistol, and a thumper. If you know
Okay.
what I mean by a thumper,
Yep.
the old school 40 mil grenade launcher.
Hello there.
Let's see. Let's put her in a slightly better outfit to go back inside as we kind of wrap up our test run. I'm going to turn off the stream. I'll put her in her poker outfit. There we go. Get her into the light again. I put that together for when she's playing poker.
That's awesome.
And like I said, go ahead.
I totally want to get in on this. That would be so much fun.
Well, as I kind of get used to the streaming thing, and I do more of it, I'll make a point of shooting you a note before I go live if you want to ride along and kibitz.
For sure.
And it
Yeah.
is. I mean, I think part of it is if you have an Xbox and you have the Game Pass, the game is currently free.
Okay.
But if you don't, I mean, I helped Pam, if you remember Pam, I helped her get in on this. I think we ended up with a total of $260 an outlay. So,
Oh my goodness. Well, I might have to buy my own because I've already asked for a rice cooker and a Dremel grill so that I can do some projects.
I'm telling Xbox Marketplace is totally where it's at.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this test run. We can still hang out on Zoom for a few and catch up. I'm guessing Justin's dying to get to bed, too, at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'll probably be heading to bed in a moment. I was just having a